Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel Schroeder, and I'm here to bring you guys your finance information daily. Of course, I had to come back to you guys with another hot topic. I was asked specifically to do this video, so I want to make sure that I started this series talking about real estate because we're going to broaden our spectrum of finance that we're talking about on this channel. Traditionally we've been talking about personal finance, we've been talking about credit, establishing credit, but I want to open your mind up and open your eyes up to all the other finance topics that are out there. Hopefully we'll bring some more people into the channel, bring some new mindsets and ideas, and just allow a wealth of knowledge to be shared here and allow each other to grow off of each other and build. So with that being said, I want to get right into this topic. The topic that we're talking about today is acquisition of property, specifically acquisition of land. I got asked, I went out and showed on my last live stream, if you guys were watching, some properties that I had, where I acquired the properties from. I talked about a few different things, related to them, but I want to kind of go a little bit further in depth and, open this up in case if anyone wasn't there for the live stream, that they'd be able to still see this information in an abbreviated way. So more specifically, we're talking about, like I said, acquisition of land. So the first way that you can acquire land is obvious. Going on, realtors.com, Zillow, anything like that. Any of those online services that are going to give you the MLS and allow you to, find the properties through them, hook up with an agent, let that agent broker your deal. Of course, the person selling is always the person who is paying that fee, so it really won't affect you too much. And you can buy property that way. That's a good way to buy property. However, typically that way is not going to get you the best deal. Obviously you want to negotiate downwards. When you're finding land, see if you can get, see if you can get a better price than what the land already is. As well as checking your land to make sure that it's buildable and things like that. If you guys want more information about that, make sure that you let me know in the comments. But basically that's going to be your most basic way. That's the way that most people know, and that's not going to score you the best deal typically. So now what is going to score you the best deal? Finding the deal that's not on the market, finding the seller who's not planning to sell, or is planning to sell but hasn't gotten to the point of being that serious yet and contacted an agent or however, and so when you're looking into selling or buying in this particular market, how do you find someone who's not trying to sell? So here's what you want to do. You want to ride around. You want to look for properties that look like, they're not being maintained, properties that, seem to be in distress, as well as look for properties that are just in areas that you may want. You're riding through a nice neighborhood, you see a lot. Now what you want to do is you want to find the address of the adjacent property. Now, why would you want the address of the adjacent property? Like, this always strikes people when I talk about finding land, is why would I want the address to that adjacent property? That's not going to be the same property owner. How does that help me? Well, thing one is if you can get in contact with the neighbor, sometimes you can get in contact with the property owner. But thing two is what you're going to do is you're going to go to what's called the property appraiser. You're going to go to the property appraiser's website and you're going to type in that adjacent address. Then what you're going to do is you're going to change your search now from address to map. Now, why do you want a map search? Because guess what's going to be adjacent to that property, the property that you're looking for. So now you can pull up all the information on that property, and it's all public record as long as that person's not like a police officer or something like that where they get to withhold their identity. So now that you're able to pull this, what you can do is now you can start doing reverse engineering and going backwards and finding, okay, now you found the owner. Send them a letter. Try and find them on Facebook. Send them a Facebook message. If the address is close enough and you feel comfortable enough, go knock on the door, introduce yourself. Hey, my name is such and such. I saw your property. I saw that it had a sign on it for, the grass being cut or something like that. You may potentially be getting fined. Are you interested in selling the property? I'm interested in buying it. What are you interested in selling it for? It's best to let them put their idea on the table first for two reasons. Reason one, you're not going to be insulting that person, if you offer too low for what they want. Some people have sentimental values and things like that related to properties, whereas you're looking at this property from an investment perspective. So you're trying to get the most ROI. So you don't necessarily want to tell them something that may insult them. So let them, open up to you first. Then the next thing that you want to do, counter offer and, try and work out a deal that works in the favor of both of you. Maybe you may, strike a deal with them to lease the property. Maybe you may strike a deal with them to buy the property. Maybe you may strike a deal with them, and this is one of those secrets that I'm going to, talk to you guys about more in the future, but maybe you want to talk to them about owner financing. This is how I typically buy land. I think it's the best way to buy any property is owner financing, because you go to that person and you say, hey, I'm interested in buying your property. No, I don't have all the money up front. Maybe your property is $4,000. I have $1,000. I'll give you $1,000 right now, and then I'll pay you $200 a month until I pay off the other $3,000, or $100 a month, or $500 a month, whatever it is. And you set up with them and you pay them, and now you get your rights to the property. You own the property, and it's not showing up on your credit report. And you will be able to still acquire the property without affecting your debt to income ratio. So it's a win-win. How do you lose when you're investing and you know what you're doing? So if there's anything that you guys had questions about, if there's anything you guys want me to elaborate on a little bit more, please let me know. I'm definitely here and excited that you guys were, interested in real estate. And, that allows me to bring that to this platform and talk to you guys about real estate, leveraging your credit, as well as creating creative finance and things of that such, like utilizing owner financing and other things of that nature. And of course, as always, we love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being a part of the family. And we will see you guys in the next